There's a new house on the market in Broome County, and not only is it affordable, but it was renovated using American Rescue Plan Act funding. The Broome County Land Bank Corporation announced the finished product of their first renovated home today. The land bank acquired the home from the city of Binghamton for $1,500. Broome County Executive Jason Garner says in doing this, it saves the house from being foreclosed on again and bringing even more run down, which neighbors would not want to see.
It's not an easy thing to acquire property, get funding sources, and sell it and identify people who fit the criteria for affordable housing.
The newly renovated 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family home will be available for purchase to any low to moderate income individuals or families for $149,900. Anyone interested in learning more about the home can contact the program's realtor, John Farrell, with Exit Realty Homeward Bound. His information can be found on our website, wbng.com.